This is either a 1-minute or 10-minute message, depending on how you answer the following question. Do you have now, or are you on track to having, all the income you will ever need for that day when you either want to or are forced to quit working? There is only one of 3 answers to this question. Yes, no, or I don't know. About 3 out of 100 of us can answer yes. If you really are one of the 3, you can turn off this video and give it to someone else. If you are one of the 97% that answered no or I don't know, then you will want to listen on. One reason a person may fall into the 3% category of being financially prepared for their future is that somehow, some way, some basic financial facts got through to them. They realized early on that leaving their financial security to their country's government, or leaving it to their employer, or leaving their financial security to their stockbroker is total insanity. We are all capable of living, working, and managing our financial affairs in such a way so as to be, at the very least, a millionaire by age 50. And with any luck, extra education, or ambition, we could all be multimillionaires. Here is the basic problem. The lure of buying things we cannot afford is far more powerful than the lure of investing for our future security. As soon as we get our first job, we have this pent-up demand to buy things on our own, things we want, without having to ask anyone. We bought a pair of Levi's or True Religions, and some Starbucks, and some Nikes. Then we got a cell phone and an iPod. Then we had to get an iPhone to replace the cell phone. Then we leapt into a nice car. And on it goes. But wait, we're out of income, perhaps long before we come to our senses. So how do we live the North American dream now? Of course, we buy on credit. So we borrow. And the cool thing about borrowing is that we get to live the high life for as long as the party continues. We live the life so long we start to believe and expect that it is our life. But it's not our life. Not really. For the interest or rent we pay on a borrowed life adds up, and it adds up geometrically. It breeds like a virus until the infestation overtakes us and we cannot pay the piper anymore. And then life hits us square in the gut when we least expect it, and we're left scrambling to survive circumstances often outside of our control. The company that's employed us for the past 10 or 20 years unexpectedly shuts down. Or a family member becomes critically ill or injured, and we're faced with medical bills mounting up in the tens of thousands. Death, divorce, recession, natural disasters, and dozens of other unexpected life events lurk in the shadows, yet we continue to live the fantasy life, completely unprepared. Most of us have been there. Some of us have fought for our financial freedom. Here are some principles the freedom fighters have adopted as truth. Whatever expectation you have placed on the government to take care of you financially in any way, whether through income or health care, forget about it. Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid will certainly be unrecognizable if they exist then at all. Forget about protectionism for jobs we think are entitled to us just because our granddaddy had them. We are all part of a global economy. And believe it or not, we are on a collision course for becoming a minor player. Jobs will continue to vanish. Companies will continue to morph into unrecognizable entities. And entire industries will either become obsolete or jump a plane for Bangladesh, never to be seen in the likes of Seattle or Toronto again. Whatever confidence you have placed in your company or your product or your industry, open your eyes and ears. Nothing is sacred or guaranteed anymore. Your company will back its way out of its retirement obligations in a blink of a board meeting, or be bought up by some global conglomerate on a feeding frenzy. Or worse yet, one day your stock options are soaring and you're a monopoly millionaire, and the next day your office door is chained shut by the FDIC or the SEC. Just ask the folks at Enron, Global Crossings, MCI WorldCom, Quest, Tyco, IndyBank, and dozens more. Here are some core strategies you will want to execute right away to build a fortress of financial security around you and your family. Develop a game plan. When do you want to retire? How much income do you want and need to accomplish that? How much do you need to earn and save to get there? How will you do it? You need a plan. We all need a plan, and a very good one. Cut your spending and cut your debt. The only debt that serves you is mortgaged real estate. Everything else is eroding your financial security. Pull your lifestyle back to be one paid for by your net income after taxes. Cut your taxes. One simple and powerful way is to create a residual royalty income business. Start taking advantage of the deductions that businesses enjoy. Deductions are net income in your pocket. Start investing and saving as much as possible in investment vehicles you understand and can control. Buy real estate like Boardwalk and Park Place. The best real estate will always appreciate. Waterfront, downtown in the better areas, and areas of economic growth are good investments. Increase your net income. Start a residual royalty income business. Get some additional income flowing so you have money to invest in real estate. Build assets, not job security. A job is fine. A business is better. Did I mention a residual royalty income business yet? These simple investment habits can solve most all of our non-health related life challenges and put us on the fast track to financial freedom. And as you can see, they require extra cash to invest wisely. So how do you get the extra cash? Well, first, as stated earlier, reduce your spending and get into business to maximize your deductions. Those two strategies will likely net you at least $500 to $1,000 a month. And second, start a residual royalty income business. Every week, 475,000 people launch their own RRIBs. There are already 40 million of them in place, moving over 100 billion in products every year and paying 40 to 50 billion in royalties to the owners, people just like you, every year. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Jim Collins, author of Built to Last and Good to Great, David Bach, author of The Automatic Millionaire, and Donald Trump, author of Why We Want You to Be Rich, all endorse and champion this business model. And perhaps most incredibly, the Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett, has been quoted as saying, "Dollar for dollar, the best investment Berkshire Hathaway has ever made," speaking about buying 3 different RRIB companies. It is later than you think. The next 5 years will fly by. You can either be on top of the power curve by then with a free ride all the way home, or you can be behind it still, with all the struggle, fear, and angst that goes with it. Are you ready to see and hear more? Are you ready to take a stand for your family's financial freedom? Are you ready to fight for it? Do it now. Contact the person who sent you this invitation.